I need you to know. I need you to know that everything that could have possibly gone wrong tonight, here and now, in this exact moment, has gone wrong. And by the looks of things, it's still going wrong. Jesus fucking Christ. Ugh, alright, okay. Good grief. Of course I'm gonna be doing this live on the air, because that's the kind of man I am. How's that working? Okay, is that picking up? Hello? Hello? Am I here? Am I alive? Full screen video. No, I'm not. That's awful. Jesus Christ. I cannot stress to you, I cannot stress enough how literally everything that could have possibly gone wrong tonight for me to set this up has absolutely 100% gone wrong. And by the looks of things, it is still in the process of going wrong. Okay, so that's coming through at a very low quality that I do not like. So I'm going to go into the settings and see if I can bump up my kilobytes per second. Because that's a thing that I should have done beforehand. And you know what? I did do it beforehand. So I'm not going to accept any criticism of anything that I do. Because I fight tooth and nail to provide good internet content for you, the viewer. And it's not my fault that my computer decides to explode at the faintest touch. The faintest touch of a button. Or the click of the mouse. Everything I try to do turns to dust in my hands. But it's Friday, so none of that matters. Literally none of that matters. Oh, good grief. Good grief. What is going on, everybody? It is me, Ethan. I'm gonna be painting some little men. Some Warhammer, some guys. You might have seen that my original plan was to play some video games, and that was correct. But let me tell you that everything that could have possibly gone wrong with me setting up my computational technology to play video games for the entertainment of the masses absolutely 100% went wrong. And you know what I think it was? I think it was my hubris I think it was my hubris in the sense that I felt really proud of myself because I figured out how to make my cameras do this, and this, and this, and this. And see how it's a really smooth and cool transition? I was so proud of myself that I think the universe needed to send me down a peg. Because it blew up my Steam Deck again. God fucking damn it. Hello, hello! Hello, everybody. Ethan did not appease the machine spirit. I didn't. And I honestly could not tell you why or how. You know what I think it is? Okay, so a little bit of background knowledge, a little bit of background context. I wanted to play video games on stream today. That was my original plan. And you can tell that because I'm coming to you live from a brand new horizontal format that I was testing out. A lot of kinks to work out, but that's neither here nor there. I wanted to play video games, and I hooked up everything. You know, I set my Steam Deck up on its little dock. I got a dual little, like, HDMI splitter to connect my Steam Deck to my external screen and to my laptop so that my laptop could stream all the footage and it'd be really cool. You'd watch me play video games and do dank headshots and, like, cool flippy tricks and all that. And then my Steam Deck was like, no, I don't like whatever's happening right now, and I'm only gonna do that as soon as you try to test the stream on a private stream that nobody else can see. So right now, my Steam Deck is currently in my living room. It tells me that it is verifying its installation. I don't think it's verifying its installation, because it has been verifying its installation for the last 10 minutes, with no movement of the progress bar. But at the very least, it turns on, which is a stark departure from what happened last time. So at least I got that going for me. Get out of here, Axel. Have a wonderful night. Rigatoni Sharded. Oh, I'm very glad I remembered that was the name of a rat. Fun bug fact. Adult antlions suck. Are those bastards from Half-Life 2? In which case, they do suck. You remember how in Half-Life 2, there was, like, an entire, like, 4-hour section of the game where they just gave you, like, a bug egg stress ball to squeeze? Does anyone remember Half-Life 2? Or am I just showing my age there? Ethan over here being an elite gamer, and right now I'm making bracelets. Honestly, I wish I were making bracelets right now. I'd have fewer wires to deal with. Unless, of course, you're talking about the wires that, connect the bracelets together. In which case, I would still need to be, fiddling around with those wires. I guess bracelets are a wire-adjacent activity. You know what I mean? They're a wire-adjacent activity, but at the very least, I can use those wires to paint little miniature men. I like my little miniature men. You don't want to see me, my arms scrambling over the camera to type stuff. I'm so flummoxed I forgot to post that I'm actually live doing things. See, this is all the stuff that normally I would do like 10 minutes before, the stream would begin. But, unfortunately, it's something that I have to do live, because everything that could possibly go wrong has gone wrong. But outside of that, shit's good. Antlions are the ones that dig holes in the sand for the other bugs to fall in. Yeah, exactly like they are in Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2 Episode 2, to be precise. Yeah, there's a whole section of that game where you just got a squishy bug egg that you could use to, like, summon bugs to your position at any time. Which is a crazy mechanic that the game never used again. Well, scratch that. They never did it again because they never made another bloody game again. I'm drawing sprites for my game. I also finished one of my video essay scripts. Hell yes! YouTube user Ambatty, we love to see it. We absolutely love to see it. Let's get him right in focus there. Actually, let me just adjust the focus of this guy so I can actually see him. Every piece of technology that I had was set up for video games. And now that my computer is not playing video games, it is very angry at me. Love the purple nail polish? Thank you! I love it too. You see, I did this cool thing, actually, where... Oh, that just completely destroys... that. I'm just sitting here in a silent room now. My background music is gone. That's annoying. Anyway, I did this fun and cool thing, right, where instead of buying the cheap, shitty, $8 nail polish at the local chemist, I instead upsized and went for the cheap, shitty $12 nail polish at my local chemist. Which is why my nails are a beautiful shade of Snurple. They're like holographic, they like shimmer. That's like my face. Alien top? That's right! It's aliens. It's alien and green. My thing was green today because I was going to play the hit new Ork video game, Warhammer 40,000 Speed Freaks. Because I've been enjoying that game a lot, and I have a lot of things to say about it. I have a lot of thoughts and opinions, which I know is rare for me. Because normally people come to me for my absolute, middle-of-the-road centrist takes on everything. But I have opinions about the hit video game Warhammer 40,000 Speed Freaks. I've been playing it a lot. I'm having a lot of fun. It's a really fun game about orcs driving cars and blowing the shit out of each other. Or blowing each other up, rather, not blowing the shit out of each other. Jesus. I'm having a great time with it. I think it's a really fun game. And I'm going to be really sad when it inevitably goes offline in a year's time. Because we gotta keep making live service games, I guess. I would love to play video games. My Xbox controller decided to give up. My Xbox controller has also decided to give up. by which I mean the portable computing device that is part controller and part computer that I use to install all of my games. So it's kind of like a controller with a brain, the Steam Deck, which is upsetting to me. But it's even more upsetting when it decides that it doesn't want to work and it explodes in my bare hands. The base not being on the holder properly is anything I can focus on. What do you mean? Oh, listen. I'm a fucking mess right now. I am like 20% here. I'm not conscious. I'm not alive right now. I don't know how I'm operating in society. It keeps desyncing and I can only resync it once for some reason. God damn it, of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it is. Let me reduce the kilobytes per second by 100 and see if that does anything. See if that does anything. Ugh. Snake is appeased. Haven't you heard? I'm a streamer. I'm an online content streamer. I will do anything for clicks and views, people tell me. Hey, listen, we love the rat chat in this house. Listen, if there's one thing I know about rat people, it's that rat people really like their rats. I'm adding the music component back to this scene because that's good. That's gonna annoy me to just go completely mute anytime I zoom in. There we go. Shwumpa! Rat chat, rat chat, rat chat. No. Never had rats. I've owned guinea pigs before in the past. Are guinea pigs rats? Technically they are. I guess they're from the same rodent family. Listen, the one childhood win that I give myself is that me and all my brothers had guinea pigs growing up as like our starter pets to teach us responsibility, and they all died in brutal, horrible ways, but none of them were our fault, right? Like, I think that you give children pets to like teach them about responsibility and everything like that, and to teach them that their actions have consequences and they have to take care of things that are alive. And that's exactly what we did. We did that every day of the week. We did that all the time. Until a series of grim, unfortunate circumstances took the life of the 3 rodents that we had just scurrying about our house. That's dark. Sometimes I think to myself, you know what? This is a cool, funny story that I'm gonna tell. And then I very quickly realize, no. No, it isn't. Yes, yes. I thought the age of the rat was done. Skaven Tide was last month. Now we're all about Kill Team 2.0. Now we're all about bugs in Warhammer. It's bug time, broski. No. It's the age of the orc. The age of the greenskin. Good gravy. Okay, I tried to add another layer of red on the dynamite around his belt, but once again, I've absolutely watered the paint down way too much, so it's like really creeping into the recesses there. You know what I mean? Yep. Wrong. The Tau Empire will rise. God damn it. Love those blue bastards. Wonder if they'll get any, like, Major League screen time. You know what I mean? Where's our Tau television show? Fund it, Amazon Prime. Ugh. Night Vale, a silly, funky podcast. Good grief, what is it, like 2001? I say that, but I don't know anything about the Night Vale podcast. All I know is that it was one of those big internet things that was totally a big thing, but I was just so out of the loop with because I don't know things. I'm not intelligent or smart, and I don't know what's popular and cool. It's a silly, funky podcast, Ethan. And that's what people keep saying. People keep saying, like, hey, you should listen to Welcome to Night Vale. That sounds like something that you would enjoy. And look, anytime somebody tries to recommend me anything under the guise of, like, hey, I think you'd like this, my immediate reaction to that, anytime somebody tries to recommend me a piece of media under the guise of, like, hey, I think you would enjoy this based on the person that you are, my immediate reaction to that is, how dare you? How dare you? You have passed judgment on me, and I don't like it. In your mind, I should not exist. And you have not only, like, seen me as a living human being, but you have also thought about me in the third person, and I don't like it. I am a mystery, I am an enigma, I am unknowable. What am I doing? The new kill team will probably be the start of a crippling tower addiction. See, you say that, but, like, one of the good things about it, at least, is that, like, I feel like the Vespids that you get with the new kill team set, I feel like they're so unlike anything else available right now in Warhammer 400 and 1000 that, like, if you buy a box of Vespid Stingwings, I don't feel like you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to get all of these other Tau, because they're all different, right? Like, what the fuck is going on with the Kroot? What the fuck is a Kroot? Ethan, I think you would really enjoy Speed Freaks. I am enjoying Speed Freaks. I do enjoy Speed Freaks. I wanted to enjoy Speed Freaks today. But my fucking computer exploded. That's it. I'm calling it. No video game streams ever again. I'm just gonna be a silly little Warhammer painter man. And you know what? That's okay. That's my lot in life, you know. Like, I'm gonna drag some paintbrushes over some funny little men. I'm gonna paint up some funny little dudes. I'm gonna do my funny little orc lore videos that everyone loves, and everyone's gonna say, oh, Ethan, you're so funny, and you're so smart, and you have value, and every time you wake up in the morning is a blessing. Because I need that. Because I need that. That's a bit. I'm. Sometimes I think to myself that, like, hey, what if you just acted, like, really sad, like, as a goof, as a bit? But then I always have to be like, no, people actually worry about me if I do that. So I need to say I'm fine. I want big, stupid Vespid gorillas and dogs, even though they don't exist. We just want bugs. We just want bugs. Both of those were attempts to genuinely say the word bug, by the way. I need that to be on record. I need that to be common knowledge. Oh boy. See, what I don't understand about the Tau, and maybe someone can illuminate this for me, but what I don't understand about the Tau is that, like, Warhammer is like, there's no good guys in Warhammer, right? Like, that's the whole point. Like, everyone's an asshole, everyone does a little bit of fascism, like, as a treat, you know what I mean? What do the Tau have going on? Because everyone says that, like, the Tau are, like, the good guys of Warhammer 40k, and I'm like, there are none. There can't be. Games Workshop even had to come out and say, like, hey guys, there's no such thing as a good guy in the 41st millennium. Please stop photoshopping Trump's head onto the body of the Emperor. It's weird. Rats. I will peep some rats. Rats, I find rats fascinating. Every single one of them have like they always look like they've got their own shit going on. You know what I mean? Like they've got their little rat society with their little rat paws, working their little rat jobs for the little rat money. You know what I mean? Ethan, why does your thumb do that? What do you mean? My thumbs are perfectly normal, okay? Like, there is nothing wrong with the way that my digits bend. Like, I'm a normal man. I'm a normal man. No, that's not what I wanted. My thumbs are perfectly normal, okay? Not only are they fully ambulatory in the way that they're supposed to be, but also my tendons, like, perfectly wrap around my knuckles and don't shift in any way whatsoever. You see that? You see, look at this one right here. I'm told that the tendon isn't supposed to do that when you flex a knuckle. This is a thing that has been taught to me literally just today. Like, when I close a fist, it like fucks around, and apparently that's weird. But if that's the case, I guess I'm weird then. Ethan, never do that again. Don't body shame me. My thumbs are perfect and beautiful. I just need more potassium than the average person. Otherwise, I will have a crippling bone disease. I don't know. Hitchhike away from me, more like. Honestly. Listen, my human body is like just an absolute mess of my human body is just an absolute mess of complications. This is what I've learned, okay? Like, like, nothing in my body is particularly wrong, so to speak, but all of it is a little strange. And that's just something that I have to live with, you know what I mean? Like, at no point have I ever, like, needed to go to a doctor and been like, hey, doc, something is horribly wrong with me and I need treatment immediately. But my body is just a string after string of like, oh, that's a little strange. Could be something. Could also not be something. Do I need medical attention? I don't know. And I have to live with that fear each and every day. What color did I paint your face mask? I like the Tau. They feel the most alien out of all the Xenos, aside from, like, the Tyranids. I do enjoy that. Like, they are, like, alien. They're not just, like, weird fantasy dudes. You know what I mean? Like, the Necrons are cool. The Orks are cool. But they're, like, different kinds of cool. You know what I mean? A different brand of cool. Tower cool if you can get over the weeaboo space communist allegation. I mean, listen, the weeaboo Tau, like, that's a bit that I don't get. Like, that's a bit that I don't understand. Like, I guess people say they're like anime because they have, like, mech suits. And I mean, hey, if that gets more people interested in the game, then, like, sure, I can get behind that. Like, that's all well and good to me. But they don't scream, Moshi Moshi, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Are Tau cool or not? I need an answer. Everyone's cool in their own way. Like, it's all about the flavor, you know? Like, one person is gonna be like, hey, I absolutely fucking hate kimchi. And then another person will be like, you know what? I love kimchi. I love the flavors. I love the tang. I love the whip-wap zoom that I feel when I put those little gibbets in my mouth. See, in this metaphor, the Tau are the kimchi, and the people who are debating about flavors are like... The players? I don't know. I don't know. I've lost the plot. I've lost the plot. It's about to mix, baby. Love to mix. Let's go. I will say that, like, I do enjoy the Tau mech suits. Like, if I was to build and play a Tau army, it would be like all mech suits, baby. And like a couple of snipers, because I hear those are pretty good in the Tau. See, like, the aesthetic of Warhammer, or I guess I should say the aesthetic of the Imperium, is really hit or miss for me. Because, like, I love the Space Marines. I love everything the Space Marines have going on. I love their big chunky bolters. I love their big chunky faces. You know what I mean? I love everything they got going on. But, like, the mechs that the Imperium has, not for me. Not a fan of the Knights. I'm not a fan of the, like, weird little mech suits the Grey Knights have. Just anything that's Knight adjacent in that game is, like, not my steez. Not my steez. But the Tau, they got, like, mech suits. And you know what? I love that for them. I love it for them. I gotta go, my phone is about to die. Get out of here, Raven Stars. Get on charge. Charge your shit. Remember to charge your phone before bedtime, and always keep your phone underneath your pillow while it's charging. The radiation will give you good dreams, or no dreams at all. Whichever is more preferable. Maybe that's why I don't dream, actually. My mind's just a dead zone. Hello! YouTube user Kate Ork Mom. What's poppin'? What's the haps? Charge your shit, even catch 20. But my shit's always charged. Like, you can never find me on low battery. Unless we're talking about a social battery, in which case you can find me on low battery pretty much all the time, actually. Dyeing my hair again, lol. Hell yes! We love dyed hair in this house. What's the flavor? Purple? Green? Black? Blue? Red? Orange? Yellow? Green? Ah, fuck, I already said green. I was gonna see how long I could go without repeating the same color, but apparently I'm just a mess of a man. Whoops, did I go on a mech build tangent again? You know what? Maybe. But that's okay. That's okay. Black for fall? Hell yes! Wait, why is fall... Why does that work? Oh! Halloween! Spooky, I'd imagine. I don't know. I'm still getting used to the North American seasons. Like, some people will say, like, what do you call it? Some people will say, like, oh yeah, you know, winter's coming, and it'll be like November, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's supposed to be summer, baby. Christmas time is always supposed to be experienced under sweltering heat. Are you talking about it snows when Santa's coming? Pff, get real. Get real. Santa only comes out in surf weather. I, the Australian, understands. That's why we have all those television commercials telling you to buy ham that are being advertised to you by Santas who surf. The iconic surfing Santas. Straight up, if you are a North American, after this is done, Google Aldi surfing Santa commercial and be endlessly delighted. I don't think there's anything weird about it, but apparently every, like, American that I've ever shown the Surfing Santa's Aldi commercial to is always like, what the whoa, what is this? Like, they're so delighted, and I don't know why. They're so delighted. But yeah, for me, I always associate, like, the sweltering summer heat with, Christmas, because that's just where I grew up. Yeah. I'm so eager for Halloween time. I want the fall coffee. Yeah, I don't know if this happened in Australia, because honestly, I didn't pay attention, but Literally, like, I can't walk 2 feet outside the door in Canada without someone advertising, like, a gingerbread fucking pumpkin spice honey nut macchiato. You know what I mean? And I think that's delightful. We don't really have pumpkins back in Australia. Like, for Halloween, people will carve up watermelons because it's hot and the summer. So, like, we never really did pumpkin stuff. Like, all the pumpkins we had back home were, like, you know, other miscellaneous gourds. Like, I don't think I'd ever seen one of the full-body, like, orange-ass plump pumpkins until I moved to Canada. Is that weird? Am I weird for that? Pumpkin coffee at home is so much better. Hell yes. All the scary movies all year round. I can't do scary movies. They scare me. Actually, I probably could do scary movies if I really wanted to, but it's the want. It's the want that gets me. You know what I mean? Because, like, for me, right, the idea of going in, like actively choosing to watch a major motion picture that is designed to make you feel uncomfortable, scared, and borderline terrified, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't choose to sit down and go, like, you know what? I want to be spooked. I want to get jumped right now. Like, I don't want to be sitting down on my couch and then have whoever's on the screen that I'm looking at suddenly go, ugh! You know what I mean? God, if I can get one person with that, I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm done. Like, that's my end goal. Spooky season is October all the way through to next October. I cannot understate like how long it actually took me to comprehend that message. I actually had to do the math of like how long the space from October to October was. It's a rough night. It's a rough night for your boy. I'm on like 20% battery. But that's okay. Pure horror is just one-dimensional for me. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Lisa Frankenstein. Oh yeah, we watched that one a little while back. It was something. Lisa Frankenstein is one of those movies that is just like oozing with like charm and personality, and the film has absolutely no idea what to do with that. Like, I am of the mind, right, that like some movies or like some pieces of media can simply exist on style alone. You know what I mean? Like, movies can be like that, and they're allowed to be. But then every now and again, I'll see a movie or play a game that, like, tries to exist purely on style alone. And then I go, ooh, not like that, though. Not like that, though. Romance, but scary. I think people call that monster fuckery. Night in the Woods could be considered horror, but it's like in the backseat. And the real genre is driving. God dang it. Ethan, I like the new camera setup. Thank you! I originally set it up to play games, but then that didn't work. Everything didn't work. Tonight has just been a mess of tech issues, but you know what? I learned a lot from it. I learned a lot. Of course we love monsters. I'm painting orcs, aren't I? Unless we're talking about something entirely different. In which case, I must feign ignorance. Let's see. There we go. Ethan is having his midlife crisis. Honestly, Loyal Pie at 301, I'm having the soundtrack of a midlife crisis. Jesus, what's happened? Yeah, like... By midlife crisis, you mean midlife tech issues. That's definitely it. I mean, could getting into Warhammer be considered a midlife crisis? No, I don't think that's it. Well, let's see. What do people normally do in a midlife crisis? They start buying really expensive things. Oh. Actually, I'm going to stop this train of thought. I'm scared. I'm too young to be having a midlife crisis. Because that would imply that I'm at the middle of my life, which is simply not the case. You are so unlucky with tech. God. You know what it is? You know what I think it is that absolutely destroyed my Steam Deck for some reason? I have like an HDMI splitter that splits one HDMI input to two HDMI outputs. And when I tried to stream games... with that, because I need that, one to connect to my screen and the other to connect to my laptop so they can actually stream the gameplay footage. And that's when my Steam Deck exploded, and I had to get it sent for repairs. And I literally just tried it now, like 2 seconds before the stream started, so I could actually like see if the stream settings would work, and it fucking exploded again. And now it's like stuck in an endless loop of verifying its own installation. It's turning on this time, which is a fucking godsend. Didn't do that last time. You know what it is? I think it's the just shitty, cheap, $20 HDMI splitter that I bought on Amazon that's destroying all my computers. What the fuck? What? Speaking of, did you know Ultra Kill has official butt plug support? You can't just say things. You can't just say things. Because then I will have to go and look up whether or not that's real. You are fully aware that I am gonna now have to, after this, Google the phrase Ultra Kill butt plug. Well, there goes my monetization. Anyway. Debating painting more boys of Deathcopters. I think you should paint the boys. You should paint the boys, honestly, because you always have more boys to paint, and the only way you can get through your endless green tide of boys that are sitting on your pile of shame is to just get them done. That's literally like the whole reason I started streaming in the first place, because I was like, look, this will actually just allow me to set aside some time to sit down and just fucking go through it. To just go through it, start to finish, and like actually get this done. Because if I don't do it, if I don't sit down to do it, I'm never gonna do it. Because I am that kind of person. I.e. the worst. Mine godness. This sounds like Death Note, but why, I don't know why you play Death Note OC. This is the soundtrack to the hit video game series Payday 2. You might have heard that the Payday franchise recently released their third installment, the long-awaited third installment of the Payday video game franchise. It's not doing too well. There are more people playing the second game than there are the third game. I looked up the stats because I'm petty and curious. Hashtag Team Warhammer. That's right. We love Warhammer in this house. Okay, what do I still need to paint behind him? Yep. Raven Stars has returned. Ye old non-charged batteries can't keep anyone down. Yep. I don't understand how people watch on their phones. This is so awkward. I don't understand how anyone does anything on their phone these days. I am so... Listen. Look, I know that... I know that we all love our smartphones, right? We all love our smartphones. We all love the Instagram and the TikTok, and it's done wonderful things for me personally. Obviously, it's why I'm standing here before you today. But all I'm saying is that I wouldn't be mad if we all went back to flip phones. I wouldn't be mad if we all went back to flip phones. Like, that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm somebody who has to take phone calls for a living, and so the idea of ending a phone call with just a clip, just me going, flip, endlessly satisfying. I want to go back to that. I don't know why I'm doing the Trump hands now. Random question, Ethan, but are you streaming tomorrow? I don't know. I actively did not set out a stream schedule for this week because I just wanted to get acclimatized to my new job without pressure of, having anything else on in the background. And I thought tomorrow I was going to be able to, actually, do some stuff and be productive, but it's going to be, fucking thunderstorming tomorrow, so I don't want to leave the house. Android has flip phones? Yeah, no, I know Android's got the whole, cool Samsung Flip Z that goes click-up-pa-pa-ga-da-pa-pa-pa, and all the breakdancers use it to film their moves if the advertising is to be believed. But I'm talking, ye old flipped phones. I want to regress. That's what I'm saying. I want to go back in time where I can hang up on somebody with a click, without having to worry about destroying an expensive touch-of-the-screen. Oh my god, I love closing my flip phones all sassy when I was feeling snippy. It was good. I mean, I say it was good, but you know what? Maybe that's it. I never got the chance. Maybe that's just what I'm upset about. Because I remember growing up, I don't think I ever really had a flip phone, but I had one of those Motorola phones that sort of it flicked out. It would go So hanging up on one of those wasn't as satisfying as going I never got the chance. And it's upsetting to me. The Motorola Razr, baby. That's right. Every phone is a flip phone if you're not a coward. That is true. But also I have to pay for that. I have to pay for that. I have to pay for it. And that costs money. And this may be hard to believe, knowing me, the cool epic streamer man with 9 concurrent viewers, but I don't have infinite money. I don't have infinite money. I would like infinite money. Who up flipping a phone? God. Let's see, what do I need to do here? Just taking a good look at this guy. Nah. I have a hotkey bound to my mouse that ends calls, makes me feel cool. Hell yes. What you need, go one step further. Don't just bind a hotkey to your mouse. Get a whole Elgato Stream Deck, and just bind hotkeys to do all of your phone stuff. I guess if you, yeah, just press a button. What am I saying? Actually, my favorite phone ever was the ones you could flip out with the keyboard. Oh, the Blackberries? I remember one time growing up, my mother had a BlackBerry, and I thought she worked for the FBI. I was like, why do you need a telephone that has fucking a full stacked QWERTY keyboard on it? Like, do you work for the government? Are you a spy? I thought she was a spy, quite genuinely. I will say, though, those old BlackBerries with the full QWERTY keyboards had some absolutely, like, banging games. There was this one game that my fucking parents had on their BlackBerry phones that they had for work, which was literally just, like, a shitty, like, red ball, like, moving through a maze and getting, like, tiny diamonds to get, like, fucking points or whatever. Like, it was literally, like, baby's first, like, game maker game experience sort of thing. Like, it was literally, like, a fucking game dev project for, like, a 13-year-old, but I loved that shit. And I got the highest scores possible, and my mother could not beat me on her own work phone, those scores. I mean, she never tried to, but, you know, because she was a full adult who worked a business job, but I got those points. Full QWERTY keyboard, you say that like that's alternative? Well, you know what I mean, like some of the like little phones have like... No, I said full QWERTY up, like it went all the way to the end, like it was a full like keyboard. It had keys and it had the board space. I just realized this guy has some bullets on his back. That's what I love about this model. So many tiny little details. So many tiny little details. Yeah, my Cooper only has half the alphabet. You know, that's one crazy thing that I've seen before. Like, I used to work at a, I used to work at like a small tech company for a little bit. And so, like, the office that we went to was like a WeWork that just had a whole bunch of like tech workers in there. And like I remember one time very distinctly, I saw somebody come in with like a 2-part keyboard. Like literally everything on the QWERTY side of the keyboard was like usable on this hand, and everything from the UOP side of the keyboard was usable on this hand. And like they were literally just like at their desk like this, typing away. And it's the closest thing that I've ever seen to seeing a psychopath in real life. I hated it, and I'm very glad I don't work there anymore. To be fair, this man did not work for the company that I worked at. He just worked in the same office space, but it still made me deeply uncomfortable. It still made me deeply uncomfortable. Can you pose? I want to draw you. Have some forced perspective. Get those art muscles moving. Me when I think I'm some bullshit cyberpunk hacker. Honestly, I think that's exactly what this guy thought he was. That is exactly what this man thought he was. I only worked in like tech very briefly. But anyone who works in tech is like a tech guy. And if you don't know what I mean when I say that, it just be thankful. If I have to work with a single person who thinks Elon Musk is cool, I think I'm going to have an aneurysm. I was just thinking about that today, actually. I remember very distinctly one of my old, like, office jobs that I was working at back in my home country of Australia. I remember very distinctly talking to one of my managers, like the person who was above me in the like weird corporate office hierarchy. This woman really liked Elon Musk, and I could not for the life of me understand why. And to be clear, I asked her about it. I was like, why do you like this guy so much? And like, she would never give me a straight answer. And like, it sounded suspicious. And it made me deeply uncomfortable. The only reason I could see someone doing that if they had some sort of rig and like have the keyboard halves under their arms. That's, I mean, I can visualize that too. Just like fucking body mod keyboards built into yourself. God, that would be the worst like cyberpunk upgrade. Hey, here's a cool like cybernetic that allows you to work from anywhere. You could just pop out keyboards and, like, fucking access Microsoft Outlook with your mind. No thank you. I don't want this. I don't think I'm a tech guy. Trust me, if you don't think you're a tech guy, then you're safe. Then you're fine. You are good, and that is okay. See, that's the best thing about tech guys. They will make it dramatically clear that they are tech guys, and they will make it everybody else's problem. They'll try to sign you up to this weird, like, online service that you've never heard of before and will never hear of again. Like, hey, you know, check out this new, like, account that I made on Verbo. On Werbo. Weeble. And it's like, hey, you're not a person. Just add me on Instagram like everybody else. Dude, you should totally add me on Snowball. It's like fucking Twitter, but for tech enthusiasts. Are you insane? Are you high? Are you stupid? You work in tech, so you can't be stupid. Like every time I breathe out, this alien sort of goes like, huh? Someone with like a hardcore neural implants in a rig and turns out they only work in sales or something. I mean, that's the future, honestly. That's the future this government wants for us. I say this government very vaguely because I don't know where everybody lives. Sign up to our government bionetics program. We'll give you a cybernetic heart so you don't have to go to sleep. More productivity. Same wages. I read a book about a tech eyeball that worked off your brain. Listen, if we can create cybernetic body parts to replace the parts of us that currently exist, I'm all for that. You know, it's the corporations I don't like. Hi, hello, Rosaria Lee. What's poppin'? What's the haps? What's your major? Okay, I think. God, that light really washes it out. Like I'm thinking about the sort of like cloth wrap and his handle there, and I think there's a little bit sort of under his grasp there that I still need to get to. Not like that was like a physical contact lens. Okay, well that's even better because like if you don't have to completely scoop out your eyeball to get robot eyes, I am all for that. See, that's one of the biggest things that I've sort of had. That's one of the biggest like what do you call it? That's one of the biggest drawbacks I felt about having like cybernetic body parts, right? The fact that you have to completely get rid of one of your body parts to replace it with a cybernetic, like that to me, no bueno. Give me a robot arm that I can have in conjunction with my other flesh arm that still exists and is connected to my body. I am all for that. Trying to convince myself to paint my Stormcast Eternals before I build anything else. God, I get that. Like, I'm just trying to finish these commandos, like, as soon as possible. So I can get more cool, funky guys. I want more cool, funky guys, but I gotta finish the cool, funky guys that I have already. Because if I get more guys, and my current cool, funky guys see me ordering more orcs, they're gonna get sad. They're gonna get upset, and they're gonna get depressed. And honestly, I can't bring myself to put them through that. I fully believe in the Toy Story theory that all of my little toys walk around and have lives outside of me every time I go to sleep. And that makes me feel deeply guilty. I tuck each and every one of my Warhammer miniatures into bed before I go to sleep. I need them to know that they are loved. Because if they don't feel loved, they will kill me with all of their tiny little toy guns that they have connected to them. Toy Story theory is real. And that is the hill that I will die on. I have thousands of dollars of minis that I haven't built or painted yet. Whew. I mean, if they're just sitting there, you can give them to me. You can give them to me. You know what I mean? I'll take them. I'll take them. I'll give them a good loving home. You know what I mean? No. No, I'm not going to rob somebody again. Does that make kit bashing unethical? Well, mate, kit bashing is exactly what the fucking antagonist kid from Toy Story 1 did. That's Sid core right there. God damn it. Fun fact, we are actually living in a cyberpunk dystopia. Yeah, you'd be surprised without it, like, in lieu of constant neon lights, you know? Like, you would be surprised to hear that. But listen, everybody at every point in time thought they were living in a dystopian hellscape. But you know what? We make the most of it. We find our communities, and we create, you know, good fun times between us and our fellow humans that we love, and we spend time with the people we care about. And even if everything around us is bad, we still make life worth living. Either that or we just make it really, really, really weird, and either way is good to me. I am tempted to sell off most of them because they were impulse purchases and I was running out of storage space. That is so real, honestly. Like, we don't even look at what's happening on this section of my floor because it's all just like fucking plastic and cardboard. But at the end of the day, I will not apologize for it because they're fun little toys that make me happy. They make me smile. They make my face go. That's a good one. So Sid did nothing wrong? Of course Sid did nothing wrong. I mean, he was a dickhead to his sister, but, you know, it's a children's movie. Has to be some form of antagonization. I have money, but not enough adult responsibilities to take up that money. Yeah. I get that. You know what I feel sometimes? And like, I need to know this, I need to know if this is just me being crazy or whatever, but sometimes I get this feeling that I want to purchase. That I just want to buy something. Does anyone else ever get that? Like, I don't need anything. Like, all of my worldly, like, all of my worldly needs have been met. Like, I've got food, I got a roof over my head. Like, I don't need anything. But I yearn. I want. I crave. Does that make sense? Consume! Ethan, what color should I do for my towel? What's a good towel color? I'm gonna say yellow, just so you have the worst possible time painting imaginable. Like, have fun painting all of these, like, giant robot suits just full stark yellow. Because my biggest regret is making a defining feature of my Orks color scheme yellow. Because that's hard to paint. It's a hard color to deal with. And I just want to enact suffering onto others for some reason. Because I'm evil, wicked, and bad. I am the antagonista. No, no, no. Has anyone ever done a blue towel? Like full, like, blue armor and not just blue skin? Would that make the towel look nude? I get that. I bought a $300 Shungite pyramid on impulse because I was out with a friend and I could. Listen, just having the option of doing it is sometimes all you need for your tiny little ape brain to go like, this will give me serotonin. This will give me dopamine. And then it just does it. They just fucking do it. Amazon Canada is awful. Prices are higher, shipping is insane, and packages get lost often. Yeah, we've never, like, had a package get lost before, which is kind of insane, I think. Like, I feel like, at some point, and obviously I don't want this to happen, but I feel like we're due for a package being stolen. Like, I feel like it's... I feel like I'm due for having a great calamity and having one of my packages get stoled. And again, I don't want this to happen. I don't want it to happen to anybody. But I feel like I'm due for it, you know? Like, I haven't had a real catastrophe in a while. I guess we did order a portable fan one time, and that got taken from us during, like, the big summer heat wave. So that kind of sucked. But outside of that, you know, we haven't had anything nicked from us. The prices are very bad compared to Amazon US. Well, it's a good thing that I never got used to US Amazon. Because if I did, then I would be having a hard time right now. But I did not. Oh boy. Whew. Maybe I like put on transfers and try my hardest to paint over them. That could be a cool idea. I don't know how about the logistics of transfers work a lot though. Like, because I know transfers have kind of a bit of a dead zone. Like, it's not just purely the transfer. Like, there's a little bit of bleed around it. So I'd probably be careful of that. FedEx Canada is also awful because they'll send you the customer bill and then you'll try to pay online. Oh god. Yeah, we had a bit of a struggle with that. You know, early on to our move. Well, I didn't, and Batty did, because she dared to buy an anime figurine. That's what you get, nerd. You get taxes. Can I paint over transfers? I don't think so. Like, transfers aren't like an exact sticker of the shape. Like, they have a little bit of a bleed around them. So if you paint over them, like, A, you'll just seal it underneath the paint. Like, it'll be really hard to take off. Like, I think you actually need, like... If you want to do, like, a... Like, I know some people do, like, duct tape over their minis, and they, like, pull that off. I don't know. Love the nails. Thank you, Taquito the Gecko. I like them, too, because they're purple. Oh, let's see if I can give you a better view, actually. Let me see if I can give you a better... Shabam! Oh, that's awful with the lighting. I like them, too. So Commander's awesome. I see you used a Squig Hog arm. Good eye! This is an arm of one of the Squig Hog boys that I had. See, I thought it would make him look like a cool, like a cool, fucking like Rambo man, but it just makes him look like a fisherman dad. It's the hat. The hat's throwing me off. Like now that he's wearing like he was so like his hat's supposed to be like a ruffian, like bruiser sort of getup, but now he just looks like he's gone fishing. What melee weapon are you running as it as? I don't know what melee weapon I can choose. That is an excellent question. Like, I think the boss knob only has, like, one option, right? Like, it's just got the big slugger, I think, as his default arm. Actually, no! He has a variety of things he could choose from. I must consult the instructions. You know, I think it'll work good as a power claw. I guess I can, like, change it up every game, depending on what I want. That's why you never throw out your instruction manuals. You never know when you'll need them. Okay, what do I need? Okay, so I put some gold on his, like, belt stuff, but it was a really thin coat, so I'm gonna need to go over that again. Try me lol on the biggest orc node here. Well, hey, you haven't met. I was gonna say me, but I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm a fake Warhammer fan. Okay, what else can I do here? Alright, I might pull out my tiny brush and see if I can do a little bit more white on his teeth. Because I tried to give him a layer of his teeth a little bit before, but I kind of fucked up and I had to like paint over it again. I love this guy. I love him too. I'm gonna name him Greg. I'm not gonna do that. That's a weird name. Whew, okay. Damn, Celestra Grey gets really gunked up. Like, you gotta fucking shake this. You ever paint knobs? Not yet. However, I do have some mega knobs in the pipeline that I bought. And I realized I should not have put the metal jaw on this guy before I started to paint, because now there's no fucking way I'm not gonna be able to get in and paint those teeth. I'm simply not gonna be able to get in and do that. There's no way. There's no fucking way. I bought the mega knobs so they could run with Gaz, who's standing right behind my camera, so I can't pick him up. Otherwise, I'm going to like fucking drop him, and everything's gonna tumble down, and they're absolutely gonna break everywhere. I love your style, by the way. Thank you, Rosaria. I love yours too. I'm sure I would. Anyway. I've been trying to mix more with that style of my outfits, but being trans and mixed body dysphoria makes it awful. Yeah, it can get difficult, you know what I mean? Also, I'm told, in terms of like the dysphoria side of things. That's not something that I deal with personally, but I have been told. And I understand. May I help you? Huh? He's under there. You come into my room just so you could reach behind the mess of my desk so I could... And Betty just crawled out of a hole to reveal to me the Gaz model that I couldn't pick up because he was sitting behind my camera. It was very nice of her. But I thought somebody had died. But yeah, as I was saying, like, yeah, it's, you know, like, incorporating your own sense of fashion into stuff is, like, it can be tough, you know? Like, it can be tough to, like, break the mold or push yourself out of that comfort zone. But the thing is, like, you don't have to, A, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. B, you can go at your own pace. And D, you know, there are no rules. You can do whatever you want. You know? which also means you can't fail by any stretch of the imagination. So even if, you know, you want to do something, or, like, you're keen to do something more, it's like, even if you don't do it for a while, or even if you sort of give it a bit of a backseat, or something like that, like, that's okay. It is okay. That is an epic Gaz model. Hell yes. I'm glad you agree. Because I need to also believe that myself. So I can find the inspiration to go back and finish him. Because I have been meaning to do that. I've been meaning to do that. For my Mega Knobs, I use Milliput to lower the jaws. Ooh, that would have been a good idea, actually. That would have been a good idea that I simply was too stupid to consider. Alright, I'm gonna lean in really closely and oh, this is awful. Like, I'm actually gonna turn that off for a second. Just 'cause, like, I want to do a bit of the teeth, and I have to, like, lean in really, really fucking close. And, oh, God. Oh, wow, like, all of his teeth are, like, hidden behind his, like, absolutely smoochable lips. Actually, he doesn't have that many teeth. His jaw's pretty closed, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Oh, God, I should get this close to my models more often. Look at these details. Look at these tusks. Look at these fangs. Whoa, whoa, wee, wah. Very nice, very nice. Yo, you guys seen Borat? Fucking funniest movie, dude. I just realized my camera was off while I said that, so you couldn't see me, like, look directly up and go... I need you to... I don't think Borat is the best movie of all time. Like, that's... Don't think that's my actual opinion. Please. My wife. And Betty sneak in and turn the face cam on. She would never sneak in and turn the face cam on. Because then she would be in the direct line of fire of the face cam. And apparently, she doesn't like to do that. Or at least not while she's in quote-unquote hobo mode. Her words, not mine. I think she's beautiful and immaculate under any day and any light. However, I have been told from her that sometimes she looks like a quote-unquote hobo. Which is comfy cool, and I get that. I have a lamp with a magnifying glass on my models. I absolutely love that, and I should also invest in one of those. You know what I love? What my favorite, like, mini-making periphery is, like, those glasses with, like, the magnifiers that, like, make your eyes look really huge. Like, I want a pair of one of those. I'll just wear them out. Like, I'll make that, like, fucking hobbyist couture. You know what I mean? Wearing pajamas, hair unbrushed. Couldn't be me. Uh-huh. Ow. Oh, this thing's starting to annoy me. I'm getting rid of this. I'm getting rid of this. I don't know what it is about this fucking thing, but, like, if I wear it too long, it hurts my back. Which is strange, because it doesn't actually, like, cling that much. Alright. Now the layer of the Balthazar gold. I'm so fast-sighted that I need to hold models at arm's length to do detail work. That's insane. And I love that, honestly. Like, all I'm picturing is somebody, like, painting a model, going, like using a pool, like, using, like, a pool cue to, like, hold the brush, just going, like... Love that. Woke up in the meanest nap to see a stream notif, was excited because I haven't been able to watch Ethan's stream in a month. Aww! Don't worry about it, Rosaria. You're always welcome here. And yeah, my streams have been fairly intermittent over the last couple of weeks or so, just as while I'm just while I'm getting used to my new job and everything like that. I want to be a bit more stable. I mean, both in terms of streaming and just general life. Like, obviously, I want to be stable. I like stability. I crave it. You know what I mean? But listen, you're right. Like, I have... Look, you are correct in saying that I haven't been streaming as frequently over the last couple of weeks. And I do kind of want to address that, actually. So, as most of you know, I haven't been as active when it comes to streams. See, I haven't been as active when it comes to, like, streaming regularly. And there is a reason for this. And I do want to share that with you now in this space. So the reason why I haven't been streaming as frequently is because I've been getting really into Chicago Med. I've been getting really into the 2016 medical soap opera drama produced by Dick Wolf, Chicago Med. And so all of my potential stream time has just been going to me sitting on the couch with my wife and watching Chicago Med. We're a Chicago Med house. What can I say? Howdy! II2 BCNIII. What's poppin'? I'm painting minis, and I'm absolutely forgetting where I put my paints on my palette. Like, it is just a mess. I love the Chicago emergency shows. I am chuffed to no end to realize that there is a Chicago cinematic universe. Like, you got Chicago Med, you got Chicago Fire. I hear the police department also has a television program of their own. I just love the phrase Chicago Cinematic Universe. But hey, Dick Wolf can write a mean doctor show, you know what I'm saying? Attention, I have found the book. Hell yes! I cried during the episode of Chicago Fire where they held a parade and remembered the kid who died. Aww. First of all, spoilers. Thank you. Second of all, get out of here, Raven. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful evening with your night medicine. And third of all, I love that, I don't know. Oh my god, sorry. It's okay. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, I don't really care about spoilers when it comes to things like Chicago Med or Chicago Fire, because chances are I've already seen every episode of the show just in, like, out of sequence 90-second clips that I've seen on TikTok. Because that's literally how I get that's how I consume my media these days. Like, that's it. Honestly, like, I don't get my media from anywhere else. Like, I only stay up to date with all the hip, cool, modern, popular television programs in out of context clips from TikTok. And I know that's absolutely not what producer Dick Wolf intended, but that's just the situation I'm dealing with. It's basically how I've watched House MD after it was pulled from Amazon Prime. It was pulled from Amazon? I was looking forward to watching that. Oh no. That's vaguely upsetting, actually. I'm not gonna be able to watch House? House says slows, right? Probably. Let's be real. It's House. Listen, all I'm saying is that if you're looking at Mr. House as, like, a bastion of morality, then I think you're looking in the wrong place. Again, I could be wrong. I've never seen this show. I've only seen out-of-context clips on TikTok. But I've seen a lot of those. To the point where I've probably seen at least 5 seasons. I remember seeing something about an episode where he tries to cure someone's queerness, but that might just be from Tumblr. Honestly, that sounds like something Dr. House would do. That sounds like something Dr. House would do. God fucking damn it. Whew. And of course, just have that. Okay. Let's see, what else can I do here? Alright, I think I've got, he's got, like, these straps across his chest that I think I'm gonna need to, like... Well, I'm gonna need to put another coat over them anyway, because you can see I've, like, splurged a whole bunch of, like, cream from his shirt there. Ugh. Hugh Laurie has amazing singing skills. I have a bunch of songs in his Spotify play. Whoa! Dr. House can carry a tune? That's genuinely surprising to me. I love that. I mean, I'm sure Hugh Laurie has, like, a much more prolific acting career than just, you know, being that shithead asshole doctor that is universally hated and is supposed to be. I imagine House just floats with them outrageously to see if they're really bi. I mean, listen, House is a petty man. I can see it. Also, I'm sure that fanfiction already exists. I am sure that fanfiction already exists. Is there House fanfic? There has to be. He's also in Catch-22? I know the name of that, but I don't know the program. Also, his name is House. Can we talk about the fact that his name is House? His name is House, and I do think that's endlessly delightful. I do find it no source of delight that his name is also a category of residence. We need more people named after things we can find on government forms. Ethan, there's absolutely House Yowie. Okay, alright. I'm sorry I don't go looking into the Yowie bin at the bookstore. You know, like, I'm sorry I'm not a fucking Yowie boy. I'm not a fucking Yowie boy. This absolutely was the complete wrong brush to use here. I tried to use a thinner brush to try and get some of the... No, I just need to, like, slap on the brown. If it is popular in the public eyes, then answer equal yes. God damn it. I need to stay more up to date with my medical drama Yowie, apparently. Because apparently I'm a fake fan. House is the dad and Stuart Little. You can't just say things. Because then I'm going to have to go and look them up. I'm going to have to go and Google them after this. I'm going to have to Google, was House and Stuart Little, and also was there Yowie of the dad and Stuart Little? Because I feel like Hugh Laurie is a famous enough actor that he just has Yowie written about him, or illustrated about him, just in basically anything that he does, purely from the fact that he's Hugh Laurie. He's Hugh fucking Laurie. Listen, I do not accept Yowie Boy being an official moniker for me. YouTube user Stygian. I simply refuse. No one is allowed to call me Yowie Boy under any circumstances. Yes, you, Laurie, was in both stupid little movies. I like how this is what we're getting hung up on. Okay. Okay, let me just get this strap in there. Let me just get this strap. Don't clip that. Oh god. I'm really making a mess of the paint thinning on the strap here. Like, this is gonna take a couple of revisions, I think. Oh. See, painting with Rhinox hide is really hard because I feel like when it gets applied wet, like, it looks really bad, but then it dries out okay. But there's always that little period of time where I'm like, oh, this sucks and is awful, and I hate it, and I'm the worst at painting, and I'm gonna jump into a lake. But then 20 minutes later, it, like, it's fine. By the way, I love the conversion of the Orc Commander novel. Thank you, Kevin Debler. I'm happy with him too. It's literally just an arm. It's just an arm from the Squighog boys, and we're absolutely not going to pay attention to the fact that his other arm is significantly larger than the Squighog boy arm. We're just not going to pay attention to that. We're not going to pay attention to it, and everyone's going to be fine and love it. It's Friday. Past the Yowie. Honestly, mood. It is Friday. I'm too lazy to use acrylics for all the colors. I use contrast paints after a Zenithal highlight. I mean, look, that's an absolutely valid way to go about things. I really only use contrast paints because I own so many of them and was too afraid to get into... Well, no, I only own base paint. I use base paints because I own so much of them. And it's like, I only... Like, if I was introduced to contrast paints earlier, I probably would have gotten into them. Let's be real. They're quick. They're easy. We like them. The army painter just made a whole bunch of new ones that are really slick and cool. And I remember buying I Heart Yuri merch at cons to be contrary. Whoops, I'm gay. Oh boy. It happens to the best of us. I respect your ability to use acrylics so well. Thank you, Rosaria. See, the trick is, Lamy and medium. That's my hack, right? Because, like, I don't know what it is, but Lamy and medium, like, really helps me get the right consistency for my paints. I don't know if the chemical compound actually does anything, or if it's literally just, like, a placebo effect. But I feel like the paint is applied a lot smoother. There are some exceptions. For instance, this fucking Rhinox hide that I'm putting on his hat right now is absolutely not going on as thickly as I wanted it to. How often do you read a book? Not often enough. Not often enough. I have, I'm more of an audiobook guy. I listen to a lot of the Black Library books in audiobook format. But yeah, I should read more often. I really should. It's good for my brain. Well, unless I'm reading just fucking pulpy science fiction. Which is what I normally do. Oops. I painted up a Krieg kilting with contrast paints, and I think it turned out great. I need to varnish them still, but I'm too lazy. Hell yes, Rosaria. Like, funnily enough, my Krieg kill team was also my first foray into contrast paints. I don't have any of them with me, but I bought like one bottle of contrast paints just to test them out. And I was like, hey, this slaps. I fucking love this. Why haven't I been doing this Literally the entire time. I've been painting for a long time and I miss out on the hyper contrast paints. That said, I do see some wisdom in them. It's just another way to paint, really. Like, honestly, it's it's just a different way to go about it. Like, there's pros and cons to either, but at the end of the day, they're just different methods. You know what I mean? Like, saying I'll never use contrast, or I'll never use base paints. Like, it's all semantics at the end of the day. Like, they're all just tools to get something done. And, like, sure, contrast paints are, like, a way that you can get things done, maybe a little bit quicker. But it's also, like, a completely different way to set things up. It's a different way to use the medium. It's a different way to go about things. I just whacked a cable, and I hope that didn't disconnect everything. But yeah. Contrast paints are valid. Base paints are valid. War paints are valid. Airbrushing, though, that's where we draw the line. I just prefer using washes and inks or thinning out the paints, and I'm glad that you and others find contrast useful. I mean, yeah, like, it's like, honestly, if, like, literally all Lamy and Medium does, actually, like, I watched like, I heard someone talk about it, and literally all Lamy and Medium does is, like, turn base paints into contrast paints. And if you use a little bit of it, it just thins down the paint enough to, like, apply really smoothly. But if you thin it down a lot with Lamy and Medium, you can create your own washes, which I think is really cool. I'll randomly hear a disconnect sound on my PC, then pray it wasn't something important. God, that's such a mood. That's such a bloody mood. Okay, just testing it here. Alright, we're good, we're good, we're good. It's funny to me how you can see Ethan's hand movements in both cameras. It's true. I need a better camera. Like, this shitty little webcam is just something that I pulled out of my drawers. See, the annoying thing is, I have a mobile phone that I can use as a webcam. Like, if I plug it into my computer, like, I use my phone camera for a lot of the streams that I used to do where it was literally just, like, the mobile one, and it's like, hey, I'm vertical. But for some reason, using my phone as a webcam simply does not work if I use another webcam as well. Like, this shit right here, that's my fucking laptop webcam. Bloodborne reference? I've never played Bloodborne, and I simply will not, because I don't own a PlayStation. I don't own a PlayStation. I do not own a PlayStation. Wow. Good grief. Alright. Let's see. I've made a good bunch of progress on this little knob here. I hate the fact that they're called knobs. They don't work in any sentence without being weird. Good grief. Anyway, but I made some good progress on this knob, so I think I'm going to call it there for a Friday afternoon. It's been a long week. My voice is a little bit shot because I've been going in person a lot more and talking to people. So I think I'm going to cap it out there and take an easy night. You know what? I'm going to go watch some Chicago Med. That's what I'm going to do. But yeah, I'm going to call it there. I might stream again this weekend. Might not. Just got to figure out my fucking tech issues, because that's going to make me explode. Oh, good grief. It's all my cables. I have shitty cables. But anyway, have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful weekend. It's like a weekend, but it smells really bad. I can't fucking talk. I need to sleep. Get out of here.